Hello, what's up, and welcome back to my channel, Roam with Rach. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rachel and I make videos on fashion, travel, and environmentalism. So if you like any of those things, you should consider subscribing to me. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips that I have for backpackers, but these tips can really be applicable to anyone who likes to travel. Let's get into it. So if you don't know me, you don't know that I travel very frequently. And if you like anything travel related, you should follow me on Instagram, follow me on the social medias, and stay tuned for all my travels. I'm actually traveling this month and I'm so excited to get back out there, get back to it. Then a whole long 2 months of being home. I'm kidding. I am very excited to go on my next trip, but all this to say that I do travel a lot and I have a lot of travel knowledge to share. The first tip I have is to make a separate Instagram account for traveling. This is twofold, okay? The first is you're gonna be posting all the time, all your travel related stuff. And so you don't wanna like be bombarding your regular feed with your travel stuff. Unless you don't care, that's okay. Do whatever you want. We're on a floating rock, okay? Nothing really matters. I like this if you're not a person like me whose whole Instagram is just travel related things, because when you meet people, like the common way to stay in touch with people when you're traveling, I've noticed, is to follow them on Instagram. If you're following all these people on Instagram, it can kind of be a lot on your regular feed. And so it's kind of nice to have a whole separate account where like you can follow and be posting, and then your friends back home can follow you and know that that account is specifically for all your travel related things. This is really amazing when you go backpacking because that way you have like everything in one spot. You don't have to worry about like your feed looking cute. You can just like post whatever you want, share with your friends and family, use social media for what social media is actually intended for, and that is to just share your life without all the constraints and stress of your normal Instagram account. I also think it's good for when you come home, because if you're experiencing like the post-travel blues and then people that you follow are still traveling, you kind of have like some separation from that. I only have one Instagram account, so when I come home I am kind of sad because I follow so many of my friends that I've met traveling and they're just posting all of this fun stuff and I'm like, darn it, let's get back out there. I'm coming, where are you? If this was not my part-time job, maybe I would consider doing that too, but all this to say, make a separate Instagram account. My second tip is to be nice to everyone. Now, this might be the Canadian in me talking, but I just think you open so many more doors, metaphorically, spiritually, literally, if you are friends with so many people. It is so nice, and one of my favorite parts of traveling is to meet new people and to become friends with new people. When you have friends from all around the world, it just makes you a better global citizen. It makes you more well-rounded, but it also makes travel memories and experiences that much better when you share them with other people. Now, if you're backpacking, it's super easy. If you're staying in a hostel, to meet people that are like-minded to you. If you are traveling where you're just staying in a hotel or traveling with your significant other or a friend, it's a little bit harder, but it's really good to put yourself out there. Be friendly to the workers that you come in contact with. Be friendly to the server at your restaurant. Being friendly is gonna open so many doors for you, and it's just gonna make you have a more wholesome and amazing travel experience. So just be nice to everyone that you come in contact with, even if it's for just to be nice to others. But it can also serve you because they're gonna give you that great service. They're gonna give you that insider travel tips. They're gonna give you a friend to hang out with and share a travel experience with. Put your nicest and most friendly foot forward every day when you are traveling, if you can. My third tip, I have said before in my packing videos, is to travel light, okay? I recommend bringing a 40 liter or under because literally you don't need anything else, okay? And I'm a semi-bougie, semi-backpacker girly, if that makes sense, but I think you only need a 40 liter. Every time I've ever gone on a trip with my 40 liter backpack, people always say, oh my goodness, I wish I packed that much, because they find that all the extra cargo and stuff that they bring is just unnecessary and really inhibits their traveling experience. I have made a bunch of packing videos, so I will link my packing playlist right here if you want to go check it out, but I talk about just like what I pack and how I do it so minimally. Some people might say that I am not very minimal, but I fit it all in a 40 liter, so say what you want, but I don't have to pay for checked baggage, okay? That's another thing. Not having to pay for checked baggage is going to save you so much money on your trip, and then that gives you more money to do something fun or to extend your trip a little bit longer. My next tip is to leave space in your itinerary. If you know me in real life, you know that I am so type A. It hurts. I am such a planner. I'm so organized. But when I travel, I think it's really smart to leave room in your itinerary for days where like, you don't know what's gonna happen. And I do that quite frequently. If you wanna know how to plan a video, I made a whole video about how to plan, so I will link it. Essentially, like when I plan, I do a little bit of research before I go. I make a list of things that I want to do. I book the really important things that I think are gonna sell out ahead of time. But then the rest of it, I just kind of leave up to like what I'm feeling that day. If I'm gonna meet any friends, maybe I go with them. Overscheduling yourself is gonna lead you to feeling really burnt out and stressed on your trip, but leaving things up to planning the day of, I don't know, I find that works really well for me because then I can kind of see the day of what I'm feeling. Do I feel like going to a museum? Or am I really tired and I just feel like hitting up that fancy restaurant I wanted to go to? Do I want to go to the spa and relax? Or do I want to hit the mountains or slopes or go for a hike or do something crazy? A lot of times when you're backpacking in really popular backpacking places, not much sells out. And I know people who just fly by the seat of their pants every single day, and it is possible. It's not for me because I'm a type A girly, but it is possible. My next tip is to pack all of the medication that you think you could possibly need, because sometimes depending on the country you're going, it can be really hard to access it, or in other countries they have it but it's a different variant or different formula. I'm talking anti-nausea, I'm talking Tylenol, headache relief, pain relievers, I'm talking allergy meds if you're allergic to anything, malaria pills. Make sure you pack that all, but also a pro tip is to put everything into a plastic bag, because that's what I do when I'm traveling, because then it's just easy to see what's in there, it's easy to access, and it's all compact in one space. My next tip kind of goes along with health and medication, but that's just to take care of your health. When you are backpacking, it is so easy to go out and party every night. It is so easy to not eat a vegetable for like 3 months, but your health is your rock, okay? When you are traveling, it's so important to take care of your health. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you don't go hard every single night with the drinks. Make sure that you mix a vegetable in every once in a while. You are going to feel so much better and be able to take care of yourself, especially if you're solo traveling, if you have your health. Don't neglect it all the time. I'm all for having fun once in a while, but don't neglect your health for like over a week or so, because that's just gonna lead you to crash and burn and then lead you to waste time. People always remember that one time when they're traveling where they were sick in a certain spot and then they weren't able to do all the fun things that they wanted to do in that country, and just don't let that be you. Try to take care of yourself as much as you can so that it prevents a lot of preventable sicknesses from happening. And also in that strand, take care of your health. Don't do something stupid, okay? Like when I was backpacking in Southeast Asia, I didn't rent a motorcycle, and I know that might be overcautious. However, I never broke a bone. You never caught me in the emergency room in Thailand because I got into a motorcycle accident. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Weigh the pros and cons. My next tip is to bring plastic bags. Now, plastic bags are so useful for so many things when you're backpacking. Think wet bathing suits. Think you have a bunch of wet stuff from the shower. Think you want to put your shoes in somewhere. Plastic bags are so versatile and so good to have in your backpack. They can help you store your laundry that's dirty separately than the rest of your clothes. They can help you like bring stuff to a laundromat. They can help you carry some extra things if you need. I would say have like a good 2 plastic bags in your backpack at all points in time. My next tip is to familiarize yourself with common cultural etiquette in different countries that you go to visit. What's cheaper there? The Ubers or the taxis? Do you tip there? Do you not tip? Is everyone paying cash? Is everyone paying credit? What are cultural faux pas in your country? One time I went to go visit my friend in the Czech Republic and I saw a cute dog and I really wanted to pet it because in Canada it's really normal to like pet other people's dogs, but my friend was like, no, it's not normal here and they're gonna look at you like you're really strange. So I don't know, someone from the Czech Republic, please verify if that's true. if anyone from the Czech Republic watches my videos. Be knowledgeable as much as you can by doing your research before you go there so that you're not being disrespectful in another country. You can do this by like reading about it on blogs, or you can do this by watching wonderful travel vloggers like myself. Good old Rome with Rach. I love her. I love her stuff. My next tip, and this may sound like an obvious one, is to check the weather before you go somewhere. When I went backpacking in Southeast Asia, I was like, I know it's warm there. I'm going during their dry season. It should be a good time. But I didn't think to check the weather like specifically of the cities that I was visiting. I have examples of this from both of my backpacking trips, so I really need to take my own advice. When I was in Southeast Asia, it was northern Vietnam. It was super cold there, and I didn't realize that it would be a little bit cold. And then when I was in Central America, it was Xela in Guatemala. That was super cold, and I didn't allocate the proper clothing that I need there. So check the weather, and check the weather in every single city for the dates that you're going to be in that place. Now, I know some people go backpacking and they don't exactly know where they're going right off the bat. Thrift shop, okay? I love thrift shopping when I'm traveling. It's a cheap way to get some cute clothes, and it's something fun I like to do at home. So your backpacking clothes should be clothes that you don't like care about, because at any given moment your backpacking clothes could get ruined by a laundromat. You could lose them, someone could steal them, you could spill on them. Like, at any given moment that could happen. Always make sure you're backpacking with clothes you don't care about. Maybe that should be another tip. My next tip is toilet paper, okay? Always just make sure that you have toilet paper on you. This is good for countries where you might have to buy toilet paper. They might not always have toilet paper. But it's also good for countries where you're going on a hike and you're going to be in the middle of nowhere. You never know. You just never know when you're gonna need toilet paper. Like, I'm going to, well, I won't say where I'm going. It's a surprise. I'm going to somewhere where you would think that there would be lots of access to toilet paper at any given moment. However, I will still have some toilet paper in my bag. Toilet paper is universal too, because toilet paper can be a napkin, it can be a tissue, it can be so many things. And I always keep that in my fanny pack, which I usually keep on me day to day. Just always have toilet paper on you. Doesn't matter where you're going, especially if you're going to Southeast Asia, and especially if you're going to Central America. Never know when you're gonna wanna blow your nose, or wipe some dirt off your face, or something, okay? My last and final backpacking tip is more a tip on your travel days, but it is to always keep your bag in sight. You never know when someone could come and snatch your whole bag from you. Do not let your bag be out of your sight, okay? If I'm sleeping, I will literally like wrap my bag and buckle it on me and use it as like a backrest and a pillow. But there is never a point in time where I am traveling where I do not have eyes on my bag. I also put an air tag on my bag, so if there's ever a point where I am separated from my bag a short distance, like it's going underneath a bus or it's going on top of a boat, I know that my bag is with me still. When you're backpacking, it's really important to just keep an eye on your things. Sometimes you're in countries where people could steal your stuff. I think there's thievery in literally every country that you could possibly go to. Just make sure that you're being really mindful of your belongings, because it would be really awful to lose your backpack, which has your whole life in it and everything that you need to keep yourself safe and comfortable and happy. All right, that is it. All of my travel tips for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below where you're going on your next trip. I literally love hearing from you guys in the comments and hearing you talk about, oh, I'm going on this trip, I'm going to this country. Like, it's so fun, and I hope you find these tips useful and you utilize them on your next trip. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single Sunday at 11 a.m. That's all, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.